Thanks, buddy. Welcome, Spikelings, to another incredible Dono Deck Thursday. I'm Aspiring Spike, and today's your chance to see your favorite decks played well, for a fee, of course. Up first, I'll show you how to turn blue-black ninjas into a Modern League trophy, hopefully. If you want to learn all the best tips and strategies, like me, all you have to do is like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell icon, gift a sub, and check out Adventure Party. And be sure to tell them Aspiring Spike sent you. Yes, the stream is brought to you by Adventure Party. D&D podcast. Check them out. So we actually have all three of our Dono decks today are from the same person, Mac the Martian. Mac donated for this blue-black ninjas list, which looks very, very fun. One very interesting choice is decision to just not play removal spells in the main deck, and I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with that. I think I'm going to mulligan here again. Okay, so this hand has... We have to put back 2 cards. We're definitely going to keep this. We can either keep Slither Blade plus Curious Obsession. I'm pretty sure Changeling Outcast is going to be... Or I want to keep Slither Blade over Changeling Outcast. Maybe I'll just put back this Nourishing Shoal. Or Disrupting Shoal. Yeah, I guess on the mold of 5, I want this effect a little bit less. What are the bad cards or repeating? Oh, I mean, anything that you want to include today can be included since, now with the Uro ban, everything's possible. Every deck is good now. Ghost Quarter Go is probably a Taxes deck, so I want to use the fetch land first. Thalia. Interesting. Alright, so do we want a Ninja of the Deep Hours, or do we want to put the Curious Obsession on Slither Blade? If Thalia weren't here, I think it'd be a pretty easy Obsession plus Changeling Outcast. Obsession is much worse against Skyclave Apparition. So I think I'll put Ninja of the Deep Hours into play. It's really nice that this just can't get Skyclave next turn. You think you want Obsession since Ninja won't be doing anything after this? Well, Obsession gives us +1/+1, so it can actually attack through Thalia. And if they're just leaving their creatures back to block, it's also potentially not that bad for us. So they leave both of their guys back. So if we play Obsession on Ninja of the Deep Hours, they have to double block, and then we take a 2-for-2 trade. It's probably a acceptable exchange. Yeah, Naruto Tribal today, very flavorful. Curious Obsession is a little awkward with ninjas. I don't think so. I actually kind of feel like it's just like an extra ninja. It plays very well with the Ornithopters and the 1-mana unblockable guys. Obviously, you're not going to want a ninjutsu, but I think it's fine. Alright, they decide not to take the trade. Let me draw 2 cards. 3 mana. For a Skyclave Apparition. Oh wait, this is a 4/4. 4 mana guy. What am I talking about? I don't know why I thought Skyclave couldn't get it. Obviously it can. Yeah, the lack of removal spells in the deck. Really, really feeling that right now. Really, really feeling that. Guess we just need to get black mana into play. Yeah, I agree. I would be main decking these Fatal Pushes that are in the sideboard, but it is kind of interesting to just try to play no removal in the main deck. But if I were building the deck, I would be main decking some amount of Fatal Pushes. Is there a deck list? There should be. Oh, I guess I didn't update the Stream Decker. This list is in the Stream Decker. It's just not up to date. Okay, let's go to game 2. Probably not a great matchup, of course. I'm going to get the Force of Negations for the Fatal Pushes, but I'll probably leave in these Disrupting Shoals. Did I not upload any of these? I guess not. Okay. Uploading now. Probably just the swap. Could see maybe wanting to play some number of Invisible Stalker, maybe over Remand. Remand is definitely better on the play, though. Stalker's very good with Curious Obsession. I think I'm going to keep Remand on the play. Maybe I'll play Stalkers on the draw. Sedona, but Remand makes no sense to me. I guess we'll see how it plays out. Ninjas usually tap out every turn. I think that's a very good point. I think it's a good point. I think you can afford to play some amount of counter spells like that, but yeah, I agree with to some extent. We also did mold a 5 that game, for whatever that's worth. Ninjutsu, the Ornithopter. Yeah, I love the Ornithopters in these kind of lists. Just the 0 mana flying creature is so valuable. Yeah, Fairy Seer is interesting too. I think I prefer Ornithopter. It's possible you could play Fairy Seer instead of Slither Blade. But the 2 toughness on Slither Blade is pretty good. This deck does have a lot of ways to draw its cards that do nothing. Yeah, that is probably an excellent review of this deck. Which sounds very fun. Yeah, I'm also hoping my internet holds out today. I think, from what I can tell, there are just issues in my area due to like a 40-degree weather change in the last couple days. Like it was 70 degrees on Tuesday, I think yesterday, and today it's like below freezing. So as far as I can tell, that's what's going on. And I've taken, as many precautions as I can, but I don't really feel like the issue is resolved from yesterday. We just let this go. Love to draw land. Yeah, we've been playing a lot of goofy tribal decks lately. Tribal Thursday, hell yeah. Pretty sad that this weekend's Mono PTQ is gonna be happening with the ban announcement on the horizons. You could look at it that way. I tend to enjoy formats that are unique, you know what I mean? Where there's not going to be another format. We're going to be playing with these 75 cards. Or sorry, not these 75. Like this pool of cards this time and probably never again. I think I don't mind attacking here. And so it's going to be a very interesting tournament. And then, we'll figure out how things, where things go from here. But, I like tournaments that end up being unique, where it's just like one weekend with a specific pool of cards. It's going to be like the 4th time we cast this Ornithopter. We do get to draw 2 cards here. Would love to draw a land. There we go. Hopefully they don't have a Lean-In Arbiter. So we can just play 2 unblockable creatures here, or we can Fatal Push Giver of Runes. I think I just want to play the unblockable creatures. Interesting. This is going to be a sort of Fire and Ice. If they play an Equip, we get to block with Ornithopter. Can't block with Changeling Outcast. They get Maul of the Skyclaves. Guess that makes some sense. Yeah, no, Ninjas, I do not believe is a Pyre of Heroes deck. Or at least, like, a reasonable one. Am I just pushing these givers here? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm also playing a Curious Obsession on Slither Blade. I think I'm just going to double push here. Attack with my unblockable creatures. Decklist from Fabrice K. This is all three dono decks today are from the same person, Mac the Martian. Draw a card. Love that card to be a land. Okay. Mission accomplished. So now we go ahead and push this Giver of Runes so that we can hold up a counterspell or just another Fatal Push. They give their Thalia protection from black. It's fine. And then they Violent a 3-drop. Flicker Wisp to protect their Giver. Well, we need to Fatal Push this Giver. We can't let them untap with 2 Giver of Runes. And then I think I'm just going to Sanctuary back Fatal Push. What modifications did I make to this list? This one I'm playing as is. I think it's a fine start. I did tweak like 3 or 4 cards out of the Miracles list and then like 4 or 5 out of the Mardu one. Both of them I thought had some deck building problems. But they had some good ideas I am excited to try out too. We'll talk about them when we get there. But this list I thought was fine as is. Like I would have played Fatal Push in the main deck, but I'm kind of interested to see what it's like without main decking Fatal Push. Obviously, playing a matchup like this, it's going to be very difficult with that game plan. But I think that you can definitely get paid off when you play against combo and control decks. I'm doing well, CJ. Thank you for checking in. What do I do not know. I honestly have no predictions for what Wizards is going to do. I could see them doing many different things as far as Modern goes. And I really don't have a good guess. I know what I would like them to do. What I would like them to do is just ban Uro and then change the Cascade rule for Tibalt, and then maybe look at banning Trickery as well, but probably not. But maybe. So we have to shuffle away our Fatal Push. Go to our draw step. I think we're pretty dead. Hello, this is one of my first times catching a stream. Sorry if I asked some stupid questions. No, dude, this whole chat is full of stupid questions. It's part of the experience. This deck does get to draw a lot of cards, which is very exciting. Do the cards do anything? Okay, so we get Fatal Push Giver of Runes this turn. Chump block the Germ token with Ornithopter, and Sanctuary back Fatal Push. And I don't see any reason to push now since protection from colorless, like they can't use Giver of Runes to get through the Ornithopter. Did I just call you personally are a stupid question? Well, I guess they can give Flicker Wisp pro colorless. Do I think Sanctuary should be banned? No, I don't. I do think that the combination of... Oh, wait, is this lethal? No, it's not. I do think the combination of Uro, Field of the Dead, Mystic Sanctuary is too good. And so I've been wanting something from that banned. And I think that you can't just ban Sanctuary and you can't just ban Field because the control decks get to go all in on Field or all in on Sanctuary. Because there is currently deck building tension between the two, so I don't think it's enough of a nerf to just ban one. That being said, if you ban Uro, both Sanctuary and Field get a lot worse, or like a decent amount worse. And so I'm very curious to see what the metagame looks like with just Uro banned out of those cards. You know what I mean? I do think Mystic Sanctuary can be a frustrating card to play against. However, I enjoy playing with the card, and I also think that if you want to beat Mystic Sanctuary, playing Choke and Boil in your deck is usually a really good way to do it. I've played plenty of decks that just fold very, very hard to choke and boil. And you can hedge against it. It's not like you automatically lose because your opponent has choke or boil, but there are like really, really efficient hate cards for specifically Mystic Sanctuary that I think makes it to where you probably don't need to ban the card, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong. I could change my mind too. I am happy that Uro's getting banned. Oh, dude, Archon's so good here. I am happy Uro's getting banned. I have been in favor of an Uro ban for a while, and damn it. And I think it's good that it's leaving the format. Well, it's good to draw cards before we concede this game. I think Uro's like very unfun card, and definitely certainly a format warping card to some extent, but also does not at all feel like it was format warping to the degree that we've seen this Valky deck be. You know what I mean? Survive, or just let it stay kind of relatively undisrupted. Let's keep this. Let's put back Ingenious Infiltrator number 2. I think can maybe put back land number 3 actually. I'm late to the party. Why doesn't Valky work like the Bird Brain deck? They fixed that. I know, man. I know. And I think that they will make a rules change rather than ban Valky. And that really has to be, in my opinion, what they do, since I'm sure they have more double-sided cards planned. Dude, taxes twice in a row. This is such a beating. Can't even counter the Vial. Maybe taxes is just great right now, though. I'd love to see Modern rebooted when they started Pioneer, unban everything. I hear that idea pretty frequently, and I'm not a fan at all, honestly. And casting Disrupting Shoal feels pretty good, though. Like, there are tons of cards on the modern ban list that just, like, obviously can't exist. And so it's like, I feel like you're just, like, wasting your time. And honestly, I will also say this. Before Valky, and before Valky entered the format, Modern, like, has been really good for a long time. And I think it will continue to be good after the Uro ban and the Valky rules change that I'm anticipating, or the Valky ban. It's not like Modern is like this has been like this super crazy place where the format isn't like diverse and evolving and changing and there's a lot of play to it. Before Cal time, it's been very good for a while, in my opinion. They should unban all the cards I like. Yes, that's actually what I mean, is they should unban all the cards that you, viewer, I like. Is Deathred Shaman or Preordain still too strong? Yeah, to those of you who want Preordain unbanned, you're the greediest players in all of Magic the Gathering, I think. Blue has gotten so much lately that it's just, I really think it's very unreasonable to request a Preordain unban. It's like the greediest thing I've ever heard, to be honest with everybody. They need protection from blues, so if we draw black source, I guess this deck is not main decking Fatal Push. No Fatal Pushes we could draw. I kind of want to leave up Deprive. Kind of don't. I'll just play the Slither Blades. We got to race. Although racing Batter Skull is going to be tough. There are some people who want like Counterspell and Preordain to enter the format, and it's like, just how greedy can you possibly be? Blue's like the best color in Modern. It's better than it's ever been. So unreasonable. They're not putting Batterskull into play, which I feel pretty happy about. We only get to draw one card this turn, though. Yeah, there's also like I really don't understand this group of players, but there's a group of players in Modern who just want the blue decks to be exactly the Legacy Delver decks. They just want to play Legacy Delver in Modern, and I don't really understand that either. But they're like, I want Wasteland, I want Daze, I want Force of Will, I want Brainstorm. It's like, just play Legacy, man, you know? that you can already play all of these cards in a different format. Are you saying that blue is better than white? I'm not saying that. Oh, I guess I am saying that. I am saying that, actually. This is like Legacy. That's funny. They're responding to what I'm saying, I guess. This deck gets to draw so many cards and then lose. Is my Yelp review of this deck. They have Skyclave number 2. They do have Skyclave number 2. Probably getting this Slither Blade, yeah. So we get to draw 3 cards here. And then lose to this Batterskull. So Ninjutsu this Infiltrator next turn. Draw literally thousands of cards and just still never be able to race this Batterskull. Maybe we can. Maybe we can. The 2/3 blocks a lot of their creatures pretty well here. You want to steal Wormcoil from Tron players. That sounds fun. Need to activate Sage mode. I guess we're countering this. Yeah, Ninja Bear Delver was such a cool deck. Oh, damn it. I can't pay because of this Arbiter. Yeah, I couldn't pay either way. It's fine, question mark? I guess I'm supposed to pay for Arbiter then fetch. Let's do that now. Do I want to draw this Deprive? I kind of don't even think I do. Man, this deck draws so many cards, and then I mean, we have played against Taxes twice, which seems to be a very, very bad matchup, but it does feel like this deck just draws a million cards and then can never ever win. How about Dig Through Time and Cruise? It's a big brain. Then the blue decks would just be better. Yeah, I agree that they printed Giver of Runes so they don't reprint Mother of Runes. I think Giver of Runes is but maybe like the best designed white card from Horizons. Just like really, really perfect modern power level. Really, really hit it right on the head. The 2 toughness is huge. The protection from colorless is huge. But you also just kind of get that you get that balance, you know? Alright, we're super dead. Ephemerate? I'd probably pick Giver as like the better designed card. But you could definitely make an argument for Ephemerate. Alright, I'm gonna play these Invisible Stalkers. And hope. Yeah, protecting other creatures is huge, but then getting 2 Giver of Runes down still gives you that feeling of Mother of Runes, just like such a big deal. Modern Horizons was the set that broke Modern for a bit, correct? You'll have to be more specific. You'll have to be more specific, I think. You will live. Changeling Outcast, you're going to live. It's too soon to say goodbye. Yes, aspiring Spike. Forbid me now to die. I'll obey. I will try. Dude, check out this curve. Honestly, if we draw Disrupting Shoal, I'm feeling pretty good here. Plus maybe, you know, a 3-drop. Can't play the second Obsession because of this Deafening Silence. Excuse me, sorry. Damn it. Guess this was always destined to happen. One day I'll learn a new song to sing. I'll hold up Deprive this turn, I think. Although now we could also Fatal Push Skyclave Apparition and then play Slither Blade. Because we do have Revolt now. Let's do that.
What's up? It's me, your friend.
Vindicate 8 months in a row. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. These double silent clearings have been so tough for my opponent here. Gonna bounce my illusion, sure. Okay. Do I want to trade? I think I'll trade Ingenious Infiltrator for Flicker Wisp. Kind of like keeping the board clear if I can. Obviously, you know, if they just don't block, it just ends up being so good for us too. But they'll definitely block, of course. We get to draw 2 cards. No, no, no. Do you want to XL Obsession or Slither Blade? I think just the Slither Blade. Draw 2 cards. Another Shoal is kind of interesting. Why not Deprive instead? I think I want to be able to Deprive whatever they play next turn instead. You know what I mean? Feels good to just have Deprive up for whatever they play on their turn. Is an Obsession kind of a Namba with all the bouncing? I don't think so. I mean, Obsession is just another ninja. It's like, you just don't have to bounce the 1-drop or the Ornithopter you put Obsession on. And you have a ton of Ornithopters or 1-drops. Nobody's going to make you ninjutsu your Obsession creature. Oh, I can't shoal this because because of Deafening Silence. Feels bad. I'm offended by the lack of Fallen Shinobi. Noted. It's a Dono deck, of course. I probably would play a fun of Fallen Shinobi. But honestly, 4-drops are not close to being free on the curve, you know? I remember when we spent all day brewing rogues, I really liked Obsession plus Stalker. It was so fun. That was a good day. We won a game! We won a game, baby. Hell yeah. Alright. Running it back. Our curve was just perfect. I'm gonna mulligan this. Do we keep this on the draw? I like that we can shoal a vial, maybe. Spell Snare is also, you know, a good card in the matchup. Am I gonna shoal this? I think so. Ornithopter into land would be pretty nuts. But we'll take, you know, just a land. Fallen Shinobi is Naruto. Good commentary. Yeah, I think I'm still putting in Ingenious Infiltrator here. Just gonna get a basic island. Card has been drawn. Do I think Yuriko would make this deck competitively viable? It would make the deck a lot better. I mean, that card's not Modern Legal, right? But it can attack and like let the Archon bounce off of Infiltrator, but they could maybe fear a removal spell on Archon. Seems like they do maybe fear a removal spell on Archon. Oh no! I paid the 2 life. Oh no, disaster. Disaster, dude. Yeah, Retrofitter Foundry, that card is nuts. That card's really, really good. Forgot about the non-basic line of text. Archon is a great card. This card's really good right now. Taxes seems like a good deck. Do you think Piracy Charm and is a deck is good for an FNM environment? Yeah, I think that deck is like a real deck and definitely a great FNM one. Opponent's deep in the tank here. Or my stream is crashing. Always hard to tell. Always hard to tell. I'm hoping that they're just in the tank. But I don't see any movement in chat. There we go. Okay. Tank confirmed. Do I cast my 2-mana 2/2? Do I not? They probably have a 2-drop and a Path to Exile in their hand. It's gonna be my guess here. So this turns on Revolts. Revolt is 2 mana. Pretty dead, I guess. I think I'm gonna still Infiltrator here. Yeah, I'm definitely hoping for a good internet service today. Not really expecting it though, based on my track record. I think it's just like the weather's like really drastically changed the last couple days, and I think there's just like a bunch of outages in my area. Yeah, we're just never being Sword of Fire and Ice here in a million years. Alright, we are 0-2, played against 2 mono white Taxes decks. I hope that we can play against, you know, big mana, combo, control. With Uro and likely Field getting banned, I do not think that Field of the Dead is, like, likely to get banned. I think it's possible to get banned. What's the Cascade rule change you're expecting? I don't know how they're going to phrase it. You know, I'm not a judge. But what I and what everybody wants to see is when you cast the Cascade spell, you can only hit Tibalt, and you can't put the higher CMC spell into play, because that doesn't make any sense. Scalding Tarn go. Quick question: Grixis or Jeskai? I'll be trying a lot of decks. So, Scalding Tarn, Mishra's Bauble. I kind of want to hold up this Spell Snare. I am very excited to cast Into the Story again, dude. I'm going to do it. How is programming the issue? Did they already do it for Brain Jar? I mean, that's how it works. If you Cascade into Valky, you get to cast Tibalt, and I guess it's because it's on the back side instead of being a split card, which is, you know, a bit silly, to say the least. I think we're going to play double Changeling Outcast here. I do plan on playing the Pyre Humans deck today after our donation decks, if we have time, assuming the donation decks don't go super long. I was also looking forward to playing it yesterday too. what deck plays into the story. So when Throne of Eldraine came out, I built this Grixis control deck that played into the story and Drown in the Lock, and Thought Scour, where you Thought Scour your opponent to turn on Drowns and into the stories, and that was like the biggest buff to my channel ever. The deck was very good, I think. Second, Ren and 6, no. The deck was very good until Theros came out, and then the deck could never ever beat Uro being in the format, which was a bummer. Do I still have that list? I mean, so yes, if you dig in the Stream Decker, you can find it. I'll ask you to do it instead of me doing it, because either way, one of us is scrolling up in the Stream Decker. What colors were the Into the Story deck? I had a Grixis and a blue-black variant. Did I ever feel like a way to beat Burn? I actually felt favored against Burn. I did not feel like the Burn matchup was bad. You don't have it on MTGO instead? I might still have it, but I also don't really want to dig for it right now. Yeah, Sam Black built a Sultai version. I can't remember if Sam Black's list played into the story or not, but that deck was cool too. What's the reason for playing Outcast instead of holding Remand? If my opponent pluses Ren and 6 and I don't play Outcast, I can't kill the Ren and 6. I think I will force this Mishra's Bauble. Exiling it's pretty nice. Main deck negate, just noticed this. And like the Bone Crusher, Mox Amber, main deck negate, all of this is pretty weird, to be honest. What? Really force a bubble? Yeah, we get to exile the card that they're drawing every single turn. When it's low on resources, we're drawing a card every turn. I think forcing the bubble is good there. Maybe fight about it. So I'm going to Sanctuary back Spell Snare here. Now my opponent's Emery doesn't do anything because we forced the bobble. If Modern had no ban list, what would be the best deck in my opinion? There's like a few decks would be at top. It'd be like Eldrazi, Blue-White Miracles, Hogak. Those would be like the top, I think. Main deck Aether Gust, main deck Negate, wow. They do put the Goyf on top, but we can Sanctuary back the Spell Snare. So we'll see if they chump block my Ninja, so I can't put Spell Snare on top. They do. Awesome, good play. Good play by them. So am I going to Sanctuary back something? I don't think so. I want to draw a Ninja Warrior or something like that. Damn it. No, I think Blazing Shoal would suck, honestly, but I never played the deck. I just kind of don't think it's very good. Right, we need to draw a Ninja. There we go. I think I'm still not going to Sanctuary something. Yeah, Phoenix might be a playable deck, but I'm not sure. I'm honestly like not that interested in No Ban List Modern, although I did host a No Ban List Modern tournament once, which was fun. Alright, I'm gonna take 6 here. Did they draw another spell? They did. That spell is Heart of Kiran. Wow. Well, Temur Trade Binder confirmed. I believe Miracles won my no banlist tournament. There's also like Amulet Titan did really well. Was undefeated in the Swiss. I hope we see Soul unbans on Monday. Well, we're not going to because we know Uro's getting banned. But I also hope that everyone who's had a pet deck banned gets exactly their favorite card from their pet deck unbanned, and nothing else changes to Modern. Yeah, we had to make blue-white control win. Howdy, Archmage. What MTG players do I look up to? There's a lot. I really look up to Gabriel Nassif, Zach Elsick, Brian Kibler, Brian Bronduin, Reed Duke. To draw 1,000 cards here. And are any of these good? I'm not sure. Guess we're dead to something that we can't counter that can crew Heart of Kiran. Although we could play Ninja of Deep Hours to have a second blocker. I think I'm just not gonna. Why don't I get back Push? I don't have Push in my graveyard. I have Changeling Outcast. So that would be the main reason. Why weren't there only 3 triggers? Ingenious Infiltrator triggers whenever a ninja deals combat damage. Cool, we win. Very cool. They go out in style by cracking their Misty Rainforest. It is damage to a player. We had two Ingenious Infiltrators in play, and then 1 Ninja of the Deep Hours, right? And so maybe I'm misremembering, but it is common damage to a player. Oh, that's right. They blocked one of our Ingenious Infiltrators, right? And then so we still had 2 in play, and then 1 Infiltrator hit and 1 Ninja hit, and so that's 4 triggers from Infiltrators, and then 1 trigger from the Ninja of the Deep Hours. Even though one of the ninjas dying, it's still triggering because it's still around to see the other ninjas deal combat damage. Maybe that's where the confusion was. Could play like 1 Aether Gust. I think I'll do that over the second Remand. You're welcome, Mind Slump. Figured it was time. I think I'll keep this on the draw. I know we don't have a cheap guy. We don't have black mana, but I think that this hand is still good enough to keep. Do I think this deck wants to discard spells? Maybe. I'm not sure how this is a dono deck. I'm not sure exactly how I'd go about building it. Hopefully I'll have a good idea by the end of this league, though. Yeah, I probably couldn't resist playing a Fallen Shinobi. I mean, that card's pretty good. Yeah, I used to have a bunch of these islands in paper, and I was definitely jiving with them today. Not lucky enough to have our second Spell Snare. What are the other dono decks? We've got a Blue-White Miracles list with some Commandeer action and a Mardu Shadow deck that's playing Dreadhorde Arcanist. What if ninjas are the secret to playing Esper? Maybe. I kind of don't think the ninjas are that good, though. So I'd be pretty surprised if that ended up being the case. Might have to go to game 3 in a second. I'm doing well, JK. I'm doing well. Is there a good Yorion deck in Modern? The Yorion Pyre of Heroes Humans deck is good. In fact, it's the best deck in the format. I just said what the other donut decks are, Maverick, but there's a Miracles deck, and then there's a Mardu Shadow deck with Dreadhorde Arcanist. Alright, see what we find. Alright, I think that's not quite good enough. Let's just go to game 3 here. 2 behind the gun. This deck really just can't afford to get 2 behind. On the play, let me see about changes I might want to make. I think 4 Fatal Push is good. Maybe I'll trim Changeling Outcast because they're a Ren and 6 deck, and maybe get like the 3rd Force of Negation at least. What is my favorite American Ninja movie in the series? I am not familiar with the American Ninja series. Maybe I wanted Invisible Stalker, actually. We kept a hand like this last time. It didn't work out very well for us. So let's mulligan. This hand's better, I think. Hoping for no turn 1 Lightning Bolt, I guess. They bobble targeting me, which makes sense because they've already played their land. Though they don't have Emery in their hand, I suppose. It does feel like they've got a Lightning Bolt. So maybe we just don't go for the Ingenious Infiltrator here. Yeah, I think there's like no way we can. Well, maybe that was how we could have just chopped deck another one. Maybe they're just on counter spells here and they can't counter the ninjutsu. No, there's the lightning bolts. Shocker. Temur Triumph tapped, passing it back. Do they have a second copy of Lightning Bolt for me? Here's hoping the answer is no. We do know that they're playing Bone Crusher Giant, so they have like some range of removal spells that don't hit my Infiltrator here. I feel like that first hand we mulligan may have been good against their draw too. Alright, we'll have to take that, I guess. Yeah, Unearth maybe should be in the Mardu deck, I'm not sure. When the list was submitted to me, I had 4 main deck Temur Battle Rage, which seems so bad to me with the Dreadhorde Arcanists, and I did leave one in. But I also playing Scourge without Swift Spear I think was incorrect too, so I added the Swift Spears as well. Temur Tradebinder, dude. Temur Tradebinder, hell yeah. How likely do you think is that Wizards will print MDFCs with instants or sorceries on the backside with the new set? I don't know, dude. I know that you want them for your Spell Shift deck, but I don't know. It could happen or it could not happen, is my answer to you. Dude, no lightning bolts feels so good here. Hey, Eliza. Eliza. Finally, something to Fatal Push. Bad sequencing, I guess. Maybe to Plague Wave first. Let's go from 0 to... how are you happy for Uro to be gone? I'm very happy for Uro to be gone. So I guess that's where I am on the scale. I've been wanting an Uro ban for a while. Although I do feel like Modern was still like relatively good with Uro being in the format, I still was happy. I still was, you know, wanting an Uro ban to happen. That being said, like I think Valky is way more of a problem, and so I would be very disappointed if they ban Uro but don't address the Valky situation. But I also don't think that they're going to do that. I think that they will address how oppressive Valky is. I guess I was supposed to attack here and bluff a bit. But we've drawn another card. Success. Awesome. Opponent really is a big fan. Oh, Uro Field that's a Fairy Veil band and Twin and Opal Gun band. Interesting. I'm not saying I support that decision, but I do think if Teferi and Veil of Summer went on the ban list, like that might be the only world where it's like reasonable to have Twin come off. So maybe. I think I'm just attacking my opponent. Okay. They're going to play a Hot Master? That'd be awesome. Do I think Teferi would be good in the Twinless? Yeah, I think it'd be nuts, actually. I thought before Twin only played in Blue-Red styles. That is not true. There was Temur Twin and there was Grixis Twin in addition to Blue-Red Twin. But also, just because that's how... Just because that's how it was in the past doesn't mean that's how it would be in the future, right? It's been 5-6 years. Like, if people played the 2014-15 list of Splinter Twin in the current Modern metagame, it wouldn't be too good. But that's not what's gonna happen. They're gonna play the deck with Veil of Summer, with Teferi Time Raveler. And to protect their combo, and it's good. It would be great. It would be great. Do you think without Uro, Tarmogoyf decks, or let's say Tarmogoyf gets way better with the Uro ban. Tarmogoyf gets way better. That's certainly one of the big winners. Yeah. The twin decks we get Force of Negation, Mystic Sanctuary, Teferi, Veil of Summer. They get just so much in their toolbox. And we get to draw a million cards here. Put my opponent down to 2. I guess we only get to draw 4. I don't think I wanted the Sanctuary push. Alright, never playing around a sweeper here. Still don't think I'm gonna Sanctuary push. Anger of the Gods. I'm ready. I elicit the God's wrath. I challenge it. I challenge Heliod to strike me down. Or I guess maybe it would be Porphyros. Porphyros probably is the one who cast Anger of the Gods. Do it, Porphyros. Do it. I've been destroying your temples. Smite me down, Porphyros! I defy you! I defy your will. I don't think they have it. I think we're getting GG's in the chat in a second. Would we go back to running Snapcaster Mage? I still play Snapcaster in some decks, and Snapcaster gets better for sure, yeah. Worth 7. I can't really read your username. Your previous opponent. Welcome back 2 months in a row. Been trying to make Kieran plus Scions work. Yeah, I played that in Pioneer for a bit. I think I'm playing Slither Blade because it doesn't die to Rin in 6. Yeah, Just Guy Wildfire definitely has some potential, I think. Or I would say even a lot of potential. In JK, I don't know how to get the. I know I have the record tracker thing, but it was just like it's a web link and it was given to me by Fran, and I don't really know how it works. Simian Spear Guide. Oh man, yeah, this is the rough part about Disrupting Shoal is that it just doesn't counter Valky. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack it in to the turn 2 Valky. That being said, we do have some sideboard cards. We're gonna try to commandeer our opponent's Valky. I do think I'm gonna cut the Disrupting Shoals. Aether Gust is also good. I think Spell Snare is dead. I mean, they can cast Valky, I suppose. Let's do this. Can we? All right, let's do a prediction. Commandeer a Valky. We're missing a blue card. I'm gonna keep. Probably shouldn't have made it 2 minutes, huh? This is maybe a bad prediction since I have the Commandeer in my hand. I probably should have just made it 1 minute and waited. But I also don't have the blue card in my hand, so like maybe it is reasonable to choose no. You cannot Commandeer. Commandeer is only non-creature spell. I'm kind of inclined to not play these guys out. To turn off Demonic Dread and wait to draw a blue card. This is so sad. I can't believe it. We still have, one more game if we win this one to do it. We could play around Demonic Dread, but I think I'm just jamming here. Yeah, we did have a blue card on top, but they had the turn 1. Feels horrible. I guess I'll leave this for Sanctuary. White mana. I guess we're just casting this. Could be a Spyro. Okay. It is the Bone Crusher. If we draw a Ninja here, especially the blue-black Ninja, we're doing really good. Actually, I'm supposed to put this on Ornithopter, right? Because if I put this on Ornithopter, they can't stomp it. But I'm not doing anything makes me think they've got some disruption here, I guess. Three mana in my instep. Sorry, believers. Anybody go all in on no? All in on no, yeah. That was a good... It was an interesting call. I do think Commandeer is potentially like the sideboard card for the Tibalt deck. Although having 2 blue cards is definitely not just a free thing, as we saw that game. I also will say that people keep calling the Valky deck a combo deck. It really isn't. The Valky deck is a mid-range deck, and there's also a control. There's the mid-range version and the control version, and both versions are just playing 3 mana copies of a Planeswalker, of a 7-mana Planeswalker, and then they just have a mid-range deck beyond that. You know, they're just mid-range and control decks that, by meeting a deck building restriction, get to play a 3-mana, 7-mana Planeswalker. You know what I mean? It's not really... I don't think I'd call it a combo deck. But, you know, maybe that's just super semantic-y, right? The fail happened with like 15 seconds left of the prediction. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I'm a bad streamer. Very amateurish. So they got Cavern of Souls off their Ancient Stirrings. I guess we're playing against Eldrazi. I'm not really sure. Omnath will definitely see play even after the Uro ban. Oh, obviously this is Amulet. Duh. Just so used to not seeing Ancient Stirrings, I guess. Tron is considered combo control. I would consider Tron to be ramp control. I would consider Tron to be a ramp control hybrid. Dude, Boreal Grazer is so sick here. I can't believe it. Will Valky die for Simian Guarded Spirits? The current way Valky works with Cascade cannot exist in Modern. Period, in my opinion. I truly believe that Modern cannot... No, it doesn't matter if you ban Monkey and Cavern. 3-mana Tibalt is too good. And the deck building cost of including 3-mana Tibalt in your deck is not high enough to justify it being in the format. In my smooth brain, simple-minded opinion. His Ninja is a tempo deck. How could you ask me that? They named Giant off of Cavern of Souls. They still have one more land drop. Yeah, there's a precedence for changing. Like, I think this is a rule change that needs to happen. This is not just a rule change that needs to happen because of this specific deck. This specific deck is too good, which it is. This specific deck is too good. But I'm not suggesting this rule change just because this deck is too dominant. This rule change needs to happen if they're going to keep printing these double-sided cards. You know, if they print more cards that are cheap on the front half, 2 mana on the front half, 7 mana on the back half, this is just going to happen again. This is a change that needs to happen for the health of Magic the Gathering. Alright, so do we need to hold up Deprive for Azusa, or do we just tap out for Changeling, Outcast, and Slither Blade? I don't want to Deprive Azusa. I guess I could just Titan anyways. But maybe they'll still want to play the Azusa and fall into my trap, but that's not going to be the case if I tank this long. They'll just play around a counterspell. So we just need to hope they don't have Titan. They nerf companions, it would be impossible that they don't change. Yeah. I really don't think that... I have a hard time imagining a world where Wizards doesn't just change the Cascade rule. It's like definitely like the cleanest fix. It seems like everybody's in support of this. I really just can't imagine it not happening. That being said, Wizards very oftentimes does things that I don't expect. So I'm not guaranteeing to you that it happens, but it seems very likely to me that it happens. Rule 1, they always have Titan. Well, they have to have Titan plus a land in their 4 cards. So it's not a guarantee. They get Engineered Explosives, but they can't currently cast it. We can deprive that. Alright, so I think I'm going to put Obsession on the Changeling Outcast, and then attack Slither Blade at Karn, and Outcast at them. Draw 3 cards. Is the Temur Giants deck basically going to die with the Urban? Maybe, maybe not. I will still try it. I think Invasion of the Giants into Primeval Titan will still be very good, but this only if Field of the Dead is still legal, I suppose. You also can maybe play Bone Crusher Giant, too. You could play Explorers as well. I don't think the deck is just going to die. But it could. Hard to tell. Like we don't know exactly what's getting banned. We don't know enough to say for sure what's going to happen yet. Am I gonna counter explosives on one? Maybe I won't. It's like it kills their Grazer and their Amulet, and killing Grazer means I can attack with Ingenious Infiltrators. Yeah, it is also possible Jeskai Giants becomes a real deck. Like, that deck did not feel bad to me when I played it earlier, just like it did feel worse than Temur Giants. Although it stinks I want to play Jeskai Giants, and then I don't get the Secret Lair Sun Titan. What's the deal with that? Hey, Ross. Isn't part of the reason Jeskai was good because it has a better Valkyrie matchup? Part of it, but I mean, it still like was just generating a ton of value. And it's not like it's not losing Uro, so there's that too. I think I'm not gonna Sanctuary back Remand now. We can later if we want to. We have 6 mana. I guess I'm just gonna draw literally 1,000 cards, and it might not be correct, but I'm gonna do it. If I draw 1,000 cards when I deck myself, it will have been worth it. Nine cards, baby. 9 cards. All right. Was this the correct play? Probably not. Definitely not. Do I regret anything? Absolutely not. Alright, so we have 15 cards in our hand. Hopefully we drew all the Ornithopters. Did draw a 3rd Ornithopter. Pretty sure we're just holding up a counterspell here. Discarding lands and 4-drops, probably. Can we keep 1 4-drop? Still dead to Titan, I think.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Maybe not. Maybe not dead to Titan. Hey, Toast, 2 months in a row. We having a good day today. No, we're definitely dead. How goes the internet connection today? We'll see. It was like a little weird when I started up. But hasn't been weird since. The Titan deck has a Titan. I just can't believe how lucky my opponent is. Yeah, Drown in the Lock is maybe the biggest winner. Oh no, maybe we aren't dead. Hold on, so they get. Oh yeah, they get the Valkut now. Yeah, because they already have Slayer Stronghold in play. I will bring in Aether Gust. I will side in Aether Gust. I'll cut Spell Snares. 1 Disrupting Shoal. Maybe 2 Disrupting Shoal. Oh, this is actually the nuts. This is draw 2 cards on turn 2. Uro plus Colossal Plow before the ban. I do like Uro plus Colossal Plow. I've also kind of been thinking about Colossal Plow plus Karn, but I haven't quite cracked the code on that, I suppose. Commandeer is only non-creature spells. Commandeer is no fun. Yeah, Commandeer, Pact of Negate, Summoner's Pact. Lose the game. That would be like the ultimate style loss. All right, do not turn 2 Titan me. I will complain if you turn 2 Titan me. You don't want to hear me complain, do you? More cards, huh? Morning, McThony. Alright, feeling pretty good about this Ancient Stirrings being cast. They get another Amulet of Vigor, though, which is pretty scary. No, they tweeted last night that the announcement will be Monday. That's new information from what we had yesterday. They said last night on Twitter that the ban announcement will be happening this coming Monday. So we could hold up Aether Gust to not die to Titan, or we could draw an additional 2 cards. Yeah, whenever Monday is, that's when it's going to be. Who knows when the next Monday will happen? Have I updated that mono green list? I have. That's also something I'll probably be playing after the Valky ban, or the rules change and the Uro ban. I mean, I'm just assuming the rules change is happening, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they'll go Summoner's Pact and we'll just win with the Aether Gust here. I feel like they would never Summoner's Pact without a Pact of Negation into 2 open mana, though. Is Uro for sure gone? Yes. You know, unless Wizards for some reason changes their mind about this decision from now until Monday, which, you know, maybe that happens. All right, I'd like to draw 6 cards, please. Oh, only 5. Miscounted. Thought that Ninja drew 2 cards for some reason. It's not even worth. Bad play. Bad line. Bad me. Do you think Blue-Black Roads could have a spot on the competitive level? There's a chance. Not a good chance though, probably. Trickery should be changed too. I don't think you. How do you change Trickery? I think you would just ban Trickery if Trickery is too good. But I'm not actually sure that Trickery is too good. I know I was like really salty about it last week, but I'm not sure that it's too good. Are these May or must draws? Doesn't matter. We'll always draw. I'm not sure. This is a May. I am. It's probably not correct here to oh, it is correct to Ingenious Infiltrator because it kills them. But I was more concerned with the whole card draw thing. Ban for play pattern, not power level. The thing is, if you're gonna ban it for play pattern, it's like there's still Oops All Spells and Belcher and Neoform. I don't know. It's like either these decks are all okay or none of them are, probably, right? And really the thing is, it's like if you're gonna ban Trickery, like really what you should be banning is Simian Spirit Guide. If you're just trying to, like, because that's actually the problem card. But I don't think that I am in favor of banning Simian Spirit Guide. I think that Simian Spirit Guide is an important card in Modern. And at least at the time of making this comment, I'm not in favor of banning it. Man, this level 5 is so brutal. I think we're supposed to keep this instead of going to 4. I would normally force this amulet, but I don't think I can on 5 cards. Maybe I was supposed to keep a second ninja, but I mean, second ninja doesn't do very much. Well, the funny thing is Trickery is written in a way to avoid shenanigans, but not well enough. They could have just not allowed you to target your own spells. In my opinion, the card was absolutely intended for you to try to target your own spells for players who like goofy all-in combo decks. And that's definitely what it is in Standard. Like I watched Andrea Mengucci play it a little bit, and the deck has a really high fail rate and is very soft to disruption, but is like still a lot of fun for players who like those kind of decks. Not so fun to play against it probably, but like for those of you who say that, like, I think you're missing that the Tybalt's Trickery was absolutely printed with the intention for you to target your own spells with it. 100% that was the intent. I guess we have to play Slither Blade. As long as those decks stay glass cannons and not real cannons, they're fine in Modern. I don't know. Like, you definitely have like a snazzy way to phrase that. I respect that. For sure, but I don't know. I think that Modern should have a healthy balance of like mid-range and control decks and aggro decks. That should be, and you should be able to choose to build your fair deck in a way that you can beat any of the linear combo decks, big mana decks, aggro decks, but not every big mana combo deck aggro deck. So that way, there would be an ebb and flow, and different decks can fall in and out of favor. And so that's how I've always wanted the format to look like, where your fair decks can choose to beat any of the linear decks, but not every linear deck. Hold up Gust. The problem with holding up Gust in a spot like this is if you're holding up Gust and you're not advancing your position, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do. You need to be at least a little ahead on board for holding up Gust to matter. Why did my opponent attack? If we just hold up Gust and then we're just in bad shape the following turn. And my opponent did not play 2 lands the turn before. So I think that there is a chance that they don't have Titan. They could also be on Pact, where Force of Negation would stop that. But if we're behind, we're missing land drops, we're not drawing cards, holding up Gust does not win us this game. I know I didn't articulate that when I took the line I did, but that's just like what I've learned playing these games. If you're just on 2 lands, you're missing your land drops, you don't have any advantage in board, holding up Gust is not going to win you the game. Hey Noodles, how you doing? Probably going to Remand over Gust here. Please attack. Do I think blue is the superior color in general? Blue is probably the best color in Modern, but not by like a crazy margin. I think all the other colors are like pretty close behind it, and maybe with a couple of bands, the color pie could be a bit more balanced. It's not like in Legacy where blue is just like very much the best color, and it's like not even close. Was hoping to Sanctuary back Aether Gust this turn. Guess now we're hoping to draw like land plus Gust. Yeah, land plus gust and 3 draws is just not super likely. I guess we could also draw land plus remand. And if we do hit here, we're actually, I think, pretty favored to win the game. That's a miss. It's a miss, so now we have no outs here. Yeah. But if we had drawn a fetch land for turn to Sanctuary back Gust, we were also in good shape. But no way to draw the Gust right now, and I'll at least make them cast the Titan, I guess, but like maybe they want to go for Karn or something instead. To like play around Aether Gust. Not very likely though. Alright, so we went 1-4 with ninjas. I was thinking we'd do better with that than that, but you know, the Taxes matchup specifically seemed really bad. This deck draws a lot of cards, but then the cards don't really do very much and you die is kind of how it feels. I think that these remands should probably not be in the deck. I do like the Deprives, I do like the Shoals and the Force of Negations. I think remands should probably just be main deck Fatal Pushes. I also think Spell Snare should probably be Spell Pierce in this current metagame, but maybe only like 1 copy. And then you could play like maybe 1 Drown in the lock, or just more cards that actually interact with your opponent instead of just like hoping that you get to force and shoal everything, which you're just not going to be able to. I do like the Stalkers in the sideboard. I do like the Commandeers. I would be playing more removal in the sideboard in addition to these Gusts. That's my thought on ninjas, which and this deck was also really fun. I got to draw 1,000 cards and then lose. All right, so next deck, also donated by Mac.